What's happening around the world?
And what's happening here at home? Hello there, you're watching Primetime News here on Newsfirst. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Naveksha Gunasekara.
And I'm Sandro Ferdinando. Let's take a look at your headlines for tonight.
President to embark on 4-day official visit to China. Schoolgirl abducted from Daulagala Gampola, found in Ampara. Suspect arrested. Heavy rainfall in several areas today. Landslide warnings issued for 5 districts. 27 reservoirs at critical levels. Duru Po Full Moon Poya Day today. Sirasa Namami Poya Day program held in Anuradhapura. Los Angeles wildfires continue to rage on. 24 dead, 13 reported missing.
President Anurakumar Dissanayake departed the country for a 4-day state visit to the People's Republic of China. This visit, taking place from January 14 to the 17th, is undertaken at the invitation of Chinese President Xi Jinping.
During the visit to China, President Dissanayake will hold discussions with President Xi Jinping and Premier Li Qiang, as well as engage with other senior Chinese officials to strengthen diplomatic ties. The agenda includes key focus areas such as technology, agriculture and poverty alleviation. The President is also scheduled to visit strategic facilities and participate in high-level business forums aimed at enhancing economic collaboration and investment opportunities. A series of bilateral agreements to deepen mutual understanding and cooperation between Sri Lanka and China will be signed during the visit. This marks President Disanayake's second international state visit since assuming office and is considered a pivotal step in fortifying the long-standing partnership between Sri Lanka and China.
The schoolgirl who was abducted from Daulagala Gampola was found in the Ampara area. Sri Lanka police reported that the suspect was arrested while transporting her from Ampara to Kandy.
Last Saturday, the schoolgirl was abducted while on her way to school. A young man who witnessed the incident attempted to rescue her but was unsuccessful. Later, the van used for the abduction was found in Polonnaruwa and the driver was arrested in the Gampola area. Using phone tracking, police investigations revealed that the girl had been taken to Ampara via Kalmune in Batiklo. It is reported that a 3-wheeler was used for part of the journey. This morning, the girl and the abductor were found in Ampara town while they were on a bus heading to Kandy. The girl has been presented to a doctor according to our correspondent. The suspect who has been arrested is a relative of the abducted girl's family.
මේකට මෙදියත් වෙලා පොලිසිය මාත්‍යත් ගොඩාක් මහන්සි වෙලා මගේ දුව බේරලා දෙන්න තමයි කිව්වේ. ඔයාලා බලන්න නැතුව කොහොම හරි මෙයාව ඇල්ලුවා. මට ගොඩාක් සන්තෝෂයි. මට දුවට මොනවද හානි කරලා නැහැ. ගොඩාක් සන්තෝෂයෙන් ඉන්නේ මගේ දුව මට ලැබුණා. ප්ලෑන් කරලා මිනිහව අල්ලගත්තා. නැත්තම් ගම්පලෙන් ඉස්සෝ මිනිහා මේ අම්පාර වෙනකන් කොහොමද ගේන්නේ කොහොමද ගෙනියන්නේ පොළොන්නරුවේ වාහනේ දාලා අම්පාරට ගෙනියලා අල්ලගන්න බැරි තරමට උත්සාහ කරලා තියෙන ඒත් පොලිසියට කොහොම හරි ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ දක්ෂතාවයෙන් අල්ලගත්තා. අද උදේ පල්ලියට ගිහලා ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරා දෙවියෝ මට කොහොම හරි
Today marks the Duru Po Day, the first full moon Poya Day of the year. During his visit to the island, the Buddha emphasized the importance of harmony to the world. It was on a day like today that the 3 Jatila brothers who were subdued by the Buddha embraced Buddhism.
The Sirasa Namami Poya Day program, organised by Sirasa TV and Sirasa FM on every Poya Day, was held this time next to the Ruan Valley Mahasaya. The program commenced at 6 a.m. with a Sambuddha Puja, led by Venerable Kudagalavawe Jnana Vimalathero, Deputy Parivenadipati of the Ruan Valley Mahasaya Mahapirivana. Following this, the Attasil observance was conducted. Today's Sirasa Dhammsara Dhamma sermon was presided over by Venerable Batte Wabba Sumanathero.
ධර්මානුකූලව තමන්ගේ ජීවිතය යහපත් මඟකට යොමු කිරීම සඳහා මේ ධර්මය උපයෝගී වේවා.
The Sanlasa Kathikavatha, a discourse for the perpetuation of the Sambuddha Sasana, was also held, led by Venerable Vathara Kumbure Dhammaratanathero, founder of the Nelligala International Buddhist Center. The Pansil Malua Dhamma sermon was delivered by Venerable Mawarale Baddiyathero.
ජරාව්‍යාධි මරණ දුක්ඛයන්ගෙන් නිදහස් වෙන්න නම් ඉපදීමම නැති කරගන්න ඕනේ. ඒක තමයි ප්‍රධානම තේමාව.
A special Dhamma discussion for the youth titled Thurunu Sitha Daham Katikavata was held subsequently. Throughout the day, various programs were conducted in front of the Ruwan Valley Mahasaya, including Satpiyuma, discussions on Hela culture and art, Ape Pansala, Swarnamali Mahasaya Vandana and Podi Sadhu, where children and novice monks gathered under one pavilion.
අපි ස්වර්ණමාලී මහා සෑරදුන් උදෙසා සගම අනෝමදාස හාමුදුරු ගීතයක් රචනා කරලා ඒ අපි විසින්ම සංගීතවත් කරලා අපි විසින්ම අපේ කණ්ඩායම විසින්ම ගීතවත් කරලා ගීතයක් නිර්මාණය කළා. එය මේ අවස්ථාවේදී අපි සෝදානම් ඔබ වහන්සේට පිළිගන්නන්න එටත් සිරස මාධ්‍යචාලේ නායක ප්‍රධානී අපේ ශවන් ඩැනියල් මහත්මයාටින් ඒ සත කටයුතු සිද්ධ වෙනවා. ඒ කටයුතු තමයි මේ අවස්ථාවේදී අපි ඉටු කරනු ලබන්නේ ඒ සුවිශේෂ අවස්ථාව.
The Gammadda Damsavya Poya Day program was held today at the Ottapur Rajamahavihara in Nochiagama. The Damsavya Poya Day program commenced after the Attasil observance in the morning. A large number of devotees participated in the Amisa and Pratipatti pujas held throughout the day.
Sri Lanka's Wildfires are the pinnacle of our great heritage. A special program was held today to remind the public of the disappearing irrigation culture. This event took place near the Basavakulama River.
The nation with the world's only reservoir culture is Sri Lanka. A country that boasts an inexhaustible water resource is also Sri Lanka. This morning, a special program was held at Sri Lanka's first irrigation reservoir, the Basavakulama River in Anuradhapura, to remind the public of the vanishing irrigation culture. The event was conducted with the participation of the farming community of Rajarata. The program began with a procession locally known as the Panperahara. Water drawn from the Basavakulama River was carried in a procession and offered to the Jai Shri Mahabodhi. The prayer was for timely rains.
Since ancient times, this reservoir has been the focal point for this water offering ceremony. Annually, water is offered to the Sri Mahabodhi and the tree is bathed. This is particularly done during the Poson festival. Additionally, during severe droughts, especially in the north central province, monks lead a water procession in hopes of rain. There is a strong belief among villagers that such ceremonies bring rain.
පැන් පෙරහ කරලා බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා වැසි තත්ත්වයන්. එහෙම අවස්ථාවලද වැසි ඇදවැටෙන බවට ගැමියන් අතර දැඩි විශ්වාසයක්.
Following this, the milk pouring ceremony was conducted. The first portion of the reaped harvest was offered to the deities during this ceremony.
නිසි පළ නිසි කාලට නිසි වැසි නිසි කාලට නිසි පළ දරන්න ඒ දේවල්ට දේව ආශිර්වාදයේ ආකර්ෂණ කියන දේවල් විශ්ව ශක්තියෙන් ලබා ගැනීම විශේෂ මංගල්‍යයක් වගේ.
Subsequently, the Muttinamima ritual was performed. This ritual, held at the Basavakulama River after 4 years, aims to dedicate the reservoir to the deities.
The Muttinamime is a special ritual performed in rural reservoirs. It is known as the Great Festival or Hatkatue Rajakarya. Commonly, it is referred to as the Muttinamime Festival. This ritual is particularly significant in Rajarata and some areas of South Korali. The primary goal is to please the deities, thereby revitalizing the reservoir and ensuring farmers are well prepared for the next cultivation season. The connection between the river and the village ensures self-sufficiency.
Group Director of the MTV-MBC network and leader of Gammadda, Siobhan Daniel, also shared his thoughts.
There are only few countries that have created a unique civilization as an island nation. Our country is one such nation. With a deeply rooted civilization, it is noteworthy that Sri Lanka is recognized for having the world's only irrigation civilization. Our culture and heritage have developed through a great consensus. We have always come together to make significant changes without any leadership. This is the essence of our civilization. However, due to various influences, our culture is gradually diminishing. The Abaya River behind me is not just a water body. It is a reflection of our profound culture. Therefore, preserving this is our collective responsibility. It is our duty to protect this unique heritage, which is unparalleled in the world. As we progress, we must ensure that we are not only knowledgeable, but also wise and forward-thinking. We must all learn about and protect our proud irrigation culture. That is why we are here today, to express our gratitude to our heritage.
වැව් ශිෂ්ටාචාරය පිළිබඳව දැනගත යුතුමයි. එය ආරක්ෂා කළ යුතුමයි. අපේ ඒ ශිෂ්ටාචාරයට කෘතඥතාවය පළ කිරීමටයි අපි අද මෙතනට පැමිණියේ.
A series of traditional rituals aimed at preserving Sri Lanka's historical irrigation culture and heritage were performed to ensure the continuity of these practices for future generations. The program concluded with the offering of a Devadana, a ritual historically upheld by the farming community.
අපි මුතුන් මිත්තන් ලොවට කියාදුන් කිසිවකට නොදැවෙනි අපේ විශ්මිත වාර්ෂිෂ්ඨාචාරය අපේ වැව.
The Department of Meteorology has announced that several areas are expected to receive over 50 millimeters of rainfall tonight. According to the forecast, the Uva province, as well as the districts of Matale, Nuwara, Ampara and Hambantota are likely to experience heavy rainfall exceeding 50 millimeters. Other regions may also experience rain or thunder showers during the evening or night, and due to the ongoing rainfall, the Department of Irrigation reports that 27 major reservoirs have reached spill level.
The Director of Water Management at the Department of Irrigation, Engineer HMPSD Herat, has reported that 16 medium-sized reservoirs have exceeded spill level. In the Anuradhapura district, 7 out of 10 major reservoirs have reached spill level. 2 spill gates of the Kalaweva reservoir have been opened by 3 feet each, releasing water into the Kala Oya. The Huruluvava reservoir has also begun spilling. Additionally, 4 spill gates in the Lunugambahira reservoir in Hambantota were opened this afternoon. Meanwhile, landslide warnings have been issued for several divisional secretariats in 5 districts. The National Building Research Organisation has issued these warnings for areas in the Badulla, Kandy, Kurunagala, Matale and Nuwara Eliya districts.
Heavy rains have caused flooding in paddy fields across the Ampara district once again.
Heavy rainfall in Ampara over the past 2 days has caused the Ekgaloya to overflow, inundating around 2,000 acres of paddy fields in Eragama and Varipatang Chena. As a result, the 65 to 70-day-old bandi crops have been submerged in water. On the 26th of November, this field was flooded and partially damaged during the cultivation stage. These fields were also damaged by flooding on the 11th of January last year. Farmers said that the compensation for these losses has yet to be paid. Nearly 1,000 acres of paddy fields planted during the Maha season in several areas of the Polonnaruwa district have been damaged due to a fungal infection in crops. According to our Newsfirst correspondent, the diseases had spread to areas including Beheragala, Maldenia, Ulpatweva, Sandagalathanna, Kakuluvela, Biralanda, Gallelia, Kajuatta and Kanichigala areas.
In this rice cultivation, a widespread fungal infection has affected hundreds of thousands of acres of crops, causing significant issues for farmers. These crops were initially damaged by floods, and farmers were relying on this harvest. It appears that the damage is due to a fungal disease, though we don't have a clear understanding of it. Farmers lack access to laboratories which are under government control. It is the government who should send samples to these laboratories for testing to determine the cause of the damage. Despite the significant financial investments made, many government projects in Sri Lanka have become virtually worthless today. Tonight, we are referring to one such development project, which was inaugurated with much fanfare, including the arrival of dignitaries in BMWs to lay the foundation stone. What has happened to this initiative?
What happened to the village?
The Somla community water project was initiated to provide clean drinking water to numerous villages, including Balangoda and Bikiliavatta. Despite being labelled a water project, the area has now become overgrown and neglected. The project's goal was to pump and distribute water from the Somla to the Balangoda and Bikiliavatta regions. Launched with much fanfare in 2022, the project was estimated to cost 55 million rupees. However, only 15 million rupees worth of work has been completed.
පසුගිය ආණ්ඩු කාලයේදී අපි මේක ක්‍රියාත්මක කරන්න උත්සාහ දරුවත් ඒක පළක්ුණේ නැහැ. අපි ටැංකි හදලා තියෙනවා අද වෙනකොට. ඒ ටැංකි අතරමඟ අතහැර දාන්න සිද්ධ වෙලා තියෙනවා මේ ව්‍යාපෘතියේ ප්‍රතිපාදන වෙන්වී නොවීම නිසා. මේ ටැංකි වලින් ගම්මාන 10කට විතර පවුල් 3000ක් විතර ජීවත් වෙන මේ ගම්මාන වලට වතුර ලැබිලා නැහැ. බටු ගම්මාන අපුගාකුපුර තුරුපොළ දැන්න, ඒ වගේම බල්ලපාන දැන්න, යකාලු දැන්න කියන මේ ප්‍රදේශ වලට අද වෙනකන් වතුර නැහැ.
The two water tanks and the large two-story building constructed to house the water motors are currently unused. To support the project, 2,000 families in the area contributed 5,000 rupees each.
සිසිදකේ මේ වතුර ලයින්නකන් අපේ මේ සල්ලි එකතු කරගත්තේ ගමක ආනෙම 5000 එකතු කරගත්තා කිසිම සාර්ථකයක් තාම නැහැ. ඉතින් මේ සල්ලි වලට නම් පුතයන් නැහැ අපට ඕන වතුර ටික ඉඩෝර කාට අපි රළවගන්ට යන්න ඕන අපි වතුර බොන්න. ඒක නිසා අපිට කරන්නම දෙයක් නැහැ. මේ සැරේ නම් කොහොම හරි අපේ වතුර ටික දෙන්න.
The visible structures and equipment brought in for the project are now being safeguarded by the local residents.
මාගාව ලක්ෂ 20කට වැඩිය බඩු අපේ ගෙදරට තියෙනවා රජයේ බඩු. ඒක බලාගෙන මට පඩියක් නැහැ මොකුත් නැහැ. මේ බඩු බාර දෙන්න නැතුව ඉන්නවා. එහෙම කියලා අපේ ගෙදරත් බනිනවා.
අපිට මේ ව්‍යාපෘතිය කොහොම හරි කරලා දෙන්න මෙන්න තමයි ඉල්ලන්න තියෙන්නේ. වෙන ඉල්ලන්න දෙයක් නැහැ. අපේ ගමේ වෙන අඩුපාඩු ඉල්ලන්නේ අපි අපිට වතුර ටික ඕනේ කියන්නේ. වතුර තමයි ප්‍රධානම දේ අපිට ඒක නැහැ.
The villagers are deeply saddened by the current state of the project, which has become overgrown despite the money spent on it. What happened to the funds collected from these people and allocated for the project? As the project continues to be delayed, the costs are doubling and tripling. Who will bear these expenses? Is there no official or authority in the Ratnapura district, Balangoda electorate, who can investigate and take appropriate action regarding this deteriorating project? Is it not possible to take steps to complete this project now?
What happened to the village?
For many people living in rural areas, life is a daily struggle with challenges that are almost unimaginable. When will a ray of light finally shine on their lives?
The Boragasvatta village in Balimada is home to about 350 families. Here, many families are still living in conditions where not even their basic needs are met. The homes built decades ago remain in disrepair, and many families still struggle to survive in the cramped, row-like houses that they call home. These houses, built nearly 50 years ago, are so dilapidated that they cannot even withstand the rains. In these conditions, people face the harsh reality of having no food to eat, while dreams of a better life remain distant.
ඒ වැස්ස දෙමිලා මේ සතරම ඔක්කොම ඉල්ලලානේ. අර වේල්ල පැත්තේ වතුර එනවා. කලාගෙන වැටෙනවා.
The conditions are no different in nearby villages, where residents of places like Olipanvatta also face challenges of underdevelopment. This pressing issue came to light when the Gammadda team in the Nuwara Eliya district visited local homes, speaking with residents about their living conditions. The team also went to the racecourse area within the Nuwara Eliya municipal limits, where the problem of inadequate housing is a major concern. The Gammadda team in the Jaffna district went from door to door in the Yogapuram, Kopaimatti, Pukne and Urani villages. The Pukne village is home to 100 families. During the rainy season, the entire village is flooded as all the houses are situated in low-lying areas. This flooding leads to the contamination of well water, leaving villagers without access to clean drinking water, further exacerbating their suffering. The village of Manankattir belongs to the Galambindunwava Divisional Secretariat Division. About 250 families reside here. With a primary livelihood based on agriculture, water scarcity is a persistent issue. About 15 villages have fallen victim to the kidney disease. The people here have to buy water, paying 4 rupees per litre, which only adds to their burdens. The Gammadda team in the Anuradhapura district travelled to Thinipitigama, Udiyankulama and Vannamkulama villages in the Thirappane Divisional Secretariat Division and spoke to the villagers there. The Gammadda teams are ready to carry on their mission tomorrow as they embark on the 6th day of travelling door to door, listening to the voices of the people, the voices filled with hope, pain and the longing for change. Gammadda, for the people, by the people.
Gammadda, door to door.
Newsfirst, with the people.
Day 3 of Shakti FM's Thai Pongal celebration concluded today at the Havelock City Mall in Valavatta. This event is being celebrated with vibrant festivities, and all of Shakti FM's activities are being broadcast live from the mall from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Shakti FM's Thai Pongal celebrations are underway at the Havelock City Mall in Valavatta, offering a variety of events for visitors to enjoy throughout the day. One of the key highlights of the festival is the Kolam competition, which started at 3 p.m. today. The festivities will conclude on the 14th of January, the Thai Pongal Day, with a grand celebration open to the public starting in the morning. All of Shakti FM's events are being broadcast live from the Havelock City Mall from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m, allowing everyone to be part of the celebrations.
Firefighters are in a critical stage of their almost week-long battle against deadly Los Angeles blazes. Crews report progress, but officials say that the fire threat will remain very high as dangerous winds return this week. At least 24 people have died and dozens are missing, but officials say it's not yet safe to assess the true toll.
as firefighters brace for winds to pick back up, posing fire threats and dangerous conditions. Los Angeles is getting ready by sending fire crews and resources to high-risk areas ahead of time. Governor Gavin Newsom said on Sunday that there were tremendous pre-positioned resources in the Mandeville Canyon area ahead of potentially dangerous winds. Schools near the Eaton fire, California's fourth most destructive blaze, will stay closed, including those in the Pasadena Unified and La Canada Unified School Districts. Malibu schools, part of the Santa Monica Malibu Unified School District, will also stay closed due to the Palisades fire, the state's third most destructive blaze. Pasadena Unified has suffered significant losses, with 5 campuses severely damaged or destroyed, and will be closed throughout the week. The Eaton and Palisades fires are likely the second and fourth most destructive in California history, and this is according to CAL FIRE. The total area burned by the fires is bigger than Paris, with the Palisades fire alone nearing the size of the French capital city.
I can't even put this into words. I'm just sick and numb.
All my best friends have lost their homes, but you know, they're alive.
Fire was coming down, a ball of fire. It hadn't made it to my house, but then I woke up and I seen it coming, so I had to start evacuating. I grabbed my dogs, you know, and I didn't have enough water. It wasn't water. And my house burned down to the ground.
I smelled smoke. I was sleeping, of course, and my dog alerted me that there was trouble. And when I looked outside, there's embers flowing across my yard. My whole neighborhood is gone.
Wildfires are fueled by a knot of factors, but scientists say global warming is loading the dice in favor of most severe blazes. And California is uniquely susceptible to climate change. Winds are forecast to strengthen. A continued and persistent Santa Ana wind event is ongoing across Southern California, where red flag warnings are in effect through Wednesday, including the Palisades, Hearst and Eaton fires. About 105,000 residents are still under mandatory evacuation orders. If weather and fire conditions permit, authorities will begin trying to get the people from evacuation zones back to their communities starting Thursday. As wildfires continue to burn across Southern California, air quality alerts have been issued across parts of the region. Widespread air quality levels across parts of Southern California are at moderate levels or a level 2 of 6, as winds had diminished over the weekend and containment of the Palisades, Eaton and Hearst fires increased. The South Coast Air Quality Management District has issued these alerts, which cover Los Angeles, Long Beach and Santa Clarita.
This is Pacific Palisades that I'm showing you right now, and as you can see, it's completely charred at the moment. Everything is just black. There's nothing else really to burn. The winds have picked up a little and have moved east to the Brentwood area after charring you know, this part of Pacific Palisades. You know, sad to see how everything is just black all over. The fires don't usually come in winter, but this time we have had no rain at all, and this is the reason that why these winds have created so much destruction with the fires.
In more news overseas, South Korea's acting president Choi Sang-mok renewed his call on government agencies to avoid any physical clash while trying to detain President Yoon Suk Yeol or prevent his arrest over his botched martial law bid.
The Corruption Investigation Unit for high-ranking officials, which is investigating Yoon for alleged insurrection, is preparing to execute a court-issued warrant against Yoon, who remains inside his fortified compound. This follows an earlier attempt that ended in a 5-hour standoff with the Presidential Security Service. The PSS heightened security at Yoon's residence by installing barbed wire, barricades and buses to block access to the compound in Seoul. Despite repeated calls from the CIO for the PSS to stand down, Choi has so far refrained from taking sides. The CIO said it sent official letters to the Defense Ministry and the PSS this evening asking for their cooperation while warning them of potential legal consequences in case they fail to comply. The acting president further stressed the need for sufficient communication between government agencies to guarantee orderly law enforcement and the safety of field officers.
An earthquake of 6.9 magnitude struck Japan's southwestern region this evening, prompting authorities to issue a tsunami advisory.
A 6.8 magnitude earthquake struck southwestern Japan this evening, causing 2 small tsunamis in the region, but no major damages or injuries have been reported. In response to the earthquake, the Japan Meteorology Agency, or JMA, issued tsunami warnings for Miyazaki Prefecture, where the tremor was centered. The southwestern island of Kyushu, as well as the nearby Kochi Prefecture, shortly after the earthquake struck at 9:19 p.m. local time. Despite the tremors and tsunami warnings, local media reported that there were no immediate injuries, and live broadcasts from the region showed calm seas with no visible damage.
Moving back to local news, Rduminda Silva, who is receiving treatment at the National Hospital of Sri Lanka, has been transferred to the prison hospital. This decision was made based on the recommendations of the doctors who were treating him at the National Hospital in Colombo.
An inquiry was conducted by the prison authorities regarding the transfer of Rduminda Silva from the prison hospital back to the Valikada prison. During this inquiry, the chief medical officer of the prison hospital stated that he still requires medical treatment. The chief medical officer informed the prison authorities that a recommendation regarding his treatment would be provided on Wednesday, the 15th of January. The Commissioner General of Prisons had previously made a written inquiry to the Director General of Health Services with regards to whether or not the inmate should continue receiving treatment. In response, the Director General of Health Services appointed a committee of 18 specialist doctors to present recommendations on the matter. The committee recommended that Rduminda Silva does not require continued residential treatment either at the prison hospital or another hospital. They advised that treatment should only be provided in the event of an emergency complication. The Department of Prisons said that accordingly, the inmate was admitted to the general ward at the Valikada prison on the 10th of January. However, due to an emergency complication, he was admitted to the National Hospital of Sri Lanka on the 11th, based on the recommendation of the prison hospital's doctor. After completing his treatment at the National Hospital, he has now been transferred back to the prison hospital. The Department of Prisons stated that a decision regarding his detention in a general prison cell will be made based on the medical recommendation to be provided the day after tomorrow.
A group of individuals who robbed a house in the Kantale area have been arrested in Katugastota.
On the 4th of this month, a house in Bogas Junction area of Kantale was robbed of gold and approximately 300,000 rupees. Based on information revealed through CCTV footage, the vehicle used in the robbery and 2 suspects were apprehended yesterday in Katugastota. 2 additional suspects were arrested in the Gampola area. The stolen gold items had been sold by the suspects, with a portion of the gold being melted down. Police have launched an investigation to locate 2 individuals who attempted to shoot a dried fish trader in Thalpavila area of Devinuvara. Yesterday around 4:45 p.m, 2 individuals arrived on a motorcycle in front of the trader's house, expressing their interest in purchasing dried fish. As the trader approached his gate, the individual seated at the back of the motorcycle aimed a gun at him, as captured by CCTV cameras. However, the police stated that the firearm did not discharge during the incident. The CCTV footage also shows the suspect retrieving the live round that had been ejected from the firearm. It has been revealed that the motorcycle used in the attempted shooting is registered under the name of an individual from the Sittandi area in Batiklo.
Dr. Surant Pereira was appointed as the new president of the Sri Lanka Medical Association during a ceremony held in Colombo yesterday.
The ceremonial induction of the incoming president of the Sri Lanka Medical Association for the year 2025 was held last night in Colombo. Dr. Suranta Pereira was inducted as the new president of the Sri Lanka Medical Association for the year 2025. Many experts in the healthcare sector attended this occasion.
This year, the vision of the Sri Lanka Medical Association will center on advancing the theme Health Equity Across the Life Course, Resilient Pathways and Empowered Lives. This theme emphasizes our commitment to a holistic approach, addressing the diverse but interconnected factors that shape health outcomes at various life stages. Sri Lanka's healthcare roots date back to the 3rd century BC and are deeply intertwined with cultural and religious traditions following the introduction of Buddhism. While we navigate immediate challenges such as pandemic, food security and drug shortages, more profound systemic and social crises demand our attention. These include disparities in resource distribution, access inequities, and service delivery inefficiencies. To address these issues, we must adopt a multidisciplinary approach, prioritizing health equity, resilience, and sustainability.
The award for the past President's Medal was also presented to the outgoing president of the SLMA, Dr. Ananda Vijay Vikrama, acknowledging his service within and beyond the association and for the entire healthcare sector.
Deputy Minister of Sports Sugat Tilakaratne has stated that the shortcomings in the Vatupitivala Sports Complex, which was constructed without adhering to proper standards, will be rectified and a thorough investigation will be carried out into the issue.
A group including Deputy Minister of Sports Sugat Tilakaratne, Deputy Minister of Labour Mahinda Jayasinghe and Member of Parliament Ruwan Mapalagama joined the inspection tour. During the visit, officials at the sports complex detailed the existing issues.
As the Gampha District Committee, we came today to inspect this sports complex in the Gampha District. We are here to observe how the construction work should be carried out. That's when we were able to see the situation. The indoor facilities as well as the 400-meter track and the swimming pool have been constructed. However, the big issue is whether these have been built adhering to proper standards. We are hoping to conduct a thorough investigation into this matter. Our focus is on creating an environment that fosters the growth of sports.
People across the globe will come together to celebrate Thai Pongal on the 14th of January. Here is how Sri Lankans prepare today to celebrate Thai Pongal tomorrow.
Today we are here in the busy streets of Peta. As we can see, people are getting ready to celebrate Thai Pongal tomorrow. Sri Lankans are getting ready to celebrate Thai Pongal tomorrow. So as we can see, people are buying new clothes and they're buying new decorations to decorate their houses. So one thing that we can see is that people are very enthusiastic in celebrating Thai Pongal tomorrow. Reporting to you from Peta, I am Budmina Divakara for Newsfirst.
In Jaffna, people enthusiastically gathered to purchase essentials for the celebrations. The festive spirit was palpable in Batiklo, where markets were brimming with activity as Sri Lankans stocked up for Thai Pongal. A Similar scenes unfolded in Trincomalee, reflecting the vibrant celebration of the festival across the country.
And with that, we wrap up news for tonight.
Thank you for watching. Good night.